souls, and welcome back to Faith in the Valley with Dichi. I hope that wherever you are in the world that you are well. And for those of you who are new here, this is a space where I share real life stories, poetic reflections and encouragement, especially for women like us who are travelling through a valley of recovery and healing, whether it is emotional, spiritual, or physical. I want to reflect today and to share that if you're feeling frustrated by how slow your healing may be happening, I want to gently remind you today that healing is not a linear process. And you know what? It's okay. And some days we will rise with strength and feel positive, and other days the smallest efforts will feel like a massive mountain. And I can personally say that I deeply understand how this feels. For those of you who may not know, earlier this year in April, it was discovered that I had a herniated disc in the lower part of my spine, and this compressed my nerves, and it then created or triggered cauda equina syndrome symptoms, including me having temporary paralysis, so I couldn't walk. I also lost control of my bladder and my bowels, etc. It was one of the most awful and scary times I've ever experienced so far. And sometimes during my journey of recovery, I felt afraid, I felt frustrated, and sometimes I have been in an awful amount of pain that I have not experienced before. And at times it felt as if my healing wasn't happening. And it can be really easy to forget any progress that has been made over time. So in today's video, I just want to offer 3 gentle reminders for those days when it feels heavy and hard and difficult. And hopefully it will help you to reset, to breathe, and just to be patient with yourself as you travel through, and to be able to lean on God for your strength. So the first reminder is that progress looks different every day. No 2 days are the same. And healing is not a straightforward path. You know, it has its ups and downs, and there will be days when you feel strong and mobile and positive, and there'll be other days when the pain and the discouragement returns. I know that I have certainly felt that way. But it doesn't mean that you're going backwards, and it doesn't mean that your healing isn't happening. It just means that your body and your spirit are working things through with God's help. And in Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1, it says there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. So to remind you, you are not failing. You are flowing through this season of recovery. So just take some time to recognize and honor where you are in the process. The second reminder is that God is not rushing you. The world may put pressure on you to bounce back and to get back into the routine of things, and and do all the things and do all the work and all the things you used to do before you were injured or hurt. But God walks with you at your pace, not at the world's pace, not at your family's pace or your employer's pace or anyone else's pace. It's at your pace, because you are going through the recovery and you know how you feel on a day-to-day basis. So there's no timer on grace. There's no limit on God's grace. And that's the thing, isn't it? To remember that as you travel through, you are going at a pace that aligns with how your body is healing. And in Psalms 23, verse 2 to 3, it says, "He makes me lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul." So to remind you, you are not behind. You are exactly where God is meeting you, and that is enough. Reminder number 3 is that rest is still progress. And some days, rest can be the bravest thing that you can do and the most urgent thing that you can do. Just to rest your body and your mind and your spirit. And stillness doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It's okay to be still. Don't feel guilty about the rest that your body needs and that your mind needs and that your spirit needs. And it allows God the space to do his work, to just be still, to listen out for his encouragement and his peace. And in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15, it says, "In quietness and trust is your strength." What a wonderful reminder. And so for you, rest is important. I know that for me, rest has been such a blessing to make sure that I heal and that I recover in the way that my body needs. And you are rebuilding, even if it feels invisible. You are rebuilding, your healing is happening. And just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And so if today feels heavy, or if it feels particularly difficult today, just remember that you are not alone, and just breathe and allow God to comfort you and to be with you. And God is still writing your healing story. It's not finished yet. And you are already living proof that progress in healing is possible and that it is happening. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below about how you're feeling. But I also have 2 questions for you today. And the first one is, what reminder do you need the most today? And which scripture brings peace during your valley? I would love to hear from you. And I would also like to invite you to explore my Whispers in the Valley audio bundle. And it includes instrumental like prayers and albums and poetry. And there's also my Healing by Faith journal that you can also check out to help you on your journey. And the link to these resources are in the description below. And they were all created to help you walk through your journey with a little bit more ease and help and support. So you are doing better than you think. So please keep going, and don't forget that you are not alone. I'm going through my own journey, and so are many other women going through their recovery journeys too. And I really hope that you have felt encouraged in some way by these few words. And please do share with others if you found this helpful. They may also need some encouragement too. And finally, may grace meet you exactly where you are. Thank you so much for joining me today and for listening to me today. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember that you are not alone. So until the next time, take care.